She disappeared right in front of me. I remember that night clearly. It wasn't supposed to be anything special, just another Friday in Lagos. My friends and I were out at Bar Beach, drinking beer and laughing at silly jokes. The waves were loud, and the breeze carried the smell of salt and fish. It was late, maybe 1 a.m., when I decided to take a walk by myself. I don't know why, I just felt restless. That's when I saw her. She was sitting by the water, alone. Her hair was long, wet, and shiny like oil under moonlight. She wasn't dressed like anyone else there. She wore a green wrapper around her waist, but her top was bare. Her skin looked like polished bronze, and her eyes were too bright, almost glowing. She smiled at me, and I swear my legs moved on their own. I couldn't stop walking toward her. "Are you okay?" I asked, my voice shaking. She just smiled wider, then stood up. "I've been waiting for you," she said, her voice soft and smooth. I didn't understand what she meant, but I didn't care. There was something about her, something that made me feel alive. We talked for what felt like hours. She asked me about my life, my dreams, my family. I told her everything, even things I never told anyone else. She laughed at my jokes and touched my arm lightly when I spoke. Her touch was cold, but it sent shivers through my whole body. It felt good, too good. Then she kissed me. It wasn't like a normal kiss. The moment her lips touched mine, my whole body froze. I couldn't move, couldn't breathe. It felt like something was being pulled out of me, like my soul was leaving my body. I wanted to pull away, but I couldn't. My head spun, and the sound of the waves got louder, like a roaring storm in my ears. When she finally pulled back, I fell to the ground, gasping for air. She stood over me, smiling, but this time her smile wasn't warm. It was hungry. "You'll never forget me," she said. "Even when your life falls apart, you'll know why." Before I could say anything, she walked into the water. I tried to call her back, to ask what she meant, but she didn't stop. The waves swallowed her up, and then nothing. She was gone. I stumbled back to my friends, feeling weak and confused. They laughed when I told them I saw a beautiful woman by the water. "You've been drinking too much," they said. But I knew what I saw. I knew what happened. The weeks that followed were strange. My business deals started failing. Opportunities I worked so hard for slipped through my fingers. My girlfriend left me, saying I'd changed. My health even started to get worse. I was always tired, always weak. Every time I tried to fix things, it was like something invisible was working against me. Then I remembered what she said. "You'll never forget me." I started asking around, talking to older people in my neighborhood. That's when I heard about the Mami Wata, marine spirits who come to shore disguised as beautiful women. They said these spirits seduce men and steal their destinies, leaving them empty shells of who they used to be. I didn't believe in those stories before, but now I'm not so sure. Every time I close my eyes, I see her face, and I wonder, did I lose everything because of that night? Or was it my fault for walking toward her in the first place?